Made it just in time.
Just in time. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. We're going to experiment on some things, I think. I don't know. She's got more chicken story.
Yeah, I got some more chicken. I have a chapter down.
Probably have stuff to pull. Maybe.
No, we pulled it all. Except for maybe one.
Yeah, I think there's one. And then we have new products to show y'all.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. Finally. Good golly. There's still 3 more, but I was going to wait towards the end of this month. So then that way, because they're a little bit more Christmas-y, even though, you know, it'll be like Halloween.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. Anyway, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you're here. We'd like to know that you are here because we are an arty friendly bunch, especially these folks here in the chat. Pinky hello hands are always welcome, but those thumbsy upsies, if you can.
Mucho bueno.
Whether you are watching now in the live or in the replay are most helpful. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Do all that YouTube-y business that one does right down here. You know, there's the thumbsy upsy, and then there's some subscribe, and then they'll ask you, you know, notification-wise.
Yeah, well,
we do this
that
4 times.
Notification thing, I think it's just there for.
We feel like that's not always
filling out the space.
The space, yeah, because that's funny. Okay, participants-wise, we have Art Curious by MNW, that's Miriam. Cheryl, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo. Dana, Eddie. Carrie just popped in there. Okay, so Dana, Eddie, Elizabeth, Ellen, Estella, Gray. Sue just popped in there at the top. Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda. Carla, Ketra. Hello, I was thinking of you, Ketra. Kim, Kit, Lizanne. Lydia, Marguerite, Mark Hines, Mitzi, Panka, Sophia, sorry, Star Traveler, that's Linda. The Shelley Studio, that is Margot, Tracy LaBeouf, Trish Coogan, that means Evie's probably somewhere there as well. Hello, all. And let me know if I missed you. It wasn't on purpose. Just give me some extra pinky or yellow hello hands.
Yeah, has anybody heard from
Lynn,
Grumpy Gnome?
Not like since the last.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she is quite busy, probably just, you know, handling business around, you know, getting,
yeah,
you know, clean up.
I just wondered because I hadn't.
Hey, Belinda. Hey,
days.
Acme.
Few days. I'm sorting my stuff here so I can.
Yeah, or you're gonna
like
go into chicken story first, then.
Well, I think I'm gonna get the chicken story out of the way.
All right, let's get the chicken. You want me to go?
No, I want you just to leave it like I'm just gonna read it because there's just a whole lot of, and I will have you, but after I read, okay?
Aye, Captain.
All right. So the last thing we heard about here was
Hi, Dawn. Hey, Becky.
Ricardo Rico being introduced, and you know, and
Helania, you know, doing all
administration,
that
right? Okay, so Egbert gave a nod, Bob, and backed off the dais, moving his way to the sea stars who were engaged, responding to a rather ribald story Lester was telling, taking care not to cackle too loudly. Unwarranted attention, or lack thereof, could have dire consequences. Egg entered. Sea stars, gather round. Chickenlandia's peace and prosperity depends on your loyalty and special gifts. We have need of these qualities. Mary will fill you in on your assignments after our meeting. And Lester, do make yourself useful. Go and entertain Rico. Keep him away from the fermented corn and other drunken chicken scandal making the front page news. Well, need I say more? Off you go now.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
Unbeknownst, behind the pulled back stage curtain, a member of Pollo Blanca, girls. Oh, boy. Ellie had hidden earlier in hopes of meeting up with Sea Star Sherry. Ellie, hearing E.G.'s pronouncement, thought, her presence behind the curtain could be construed as, oh, I miss you. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
Did you notate where your
Okay.
jump was? Okay.
All right. So she, yeah, okay, that's right. Well, nice to meet. Off you go now. Unbeknownst behind the pulled back stage curtain, a member of Pollo Blanca crew Ellie had hidden early on in hopes of meeting up with her sea star, Sherry. And she's not really her sister, but she's her friend. Okay. Ellie, hearing E.G.'s pronouncement, thought her presence behind the curtain could be construed as spying with ulterior motives attached, so she stayed hidden. Good thing, too, as her keen chicken hearing ability was able to pick up parts of E.G. and Mary's combo as they wobbled away towards the meeting room. E.G. Mary, it is paramount you infiltrate the Pollo Blancas. Blah, 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 blah. Mary, I have some very suitable candidates, and the rest became inaudible as they reached the door, closing it with a resounding thud. Well, thought Ellie, Wanda will want to know about this. Off she skipped to find her. Inside the meeting room, E.G. and Mary continued their conversation. Mary continued from up here, and she has a very loyal friend also. And sending 2 young layers in will present more of an opportunity to glean information rather than just one. They're both very sociable and have that suitably vacuous air about them, unthreatening, perfect to set aside any suspicions. E.g., very well. I'll leave you to it then. Remember, the gravitas of the situation may require extraordinary action. E.g. and Mary leave the meeting room together, chatting away about the high cost of chicken feed. To be continued. Now, we've got 2 more characters to add to our ever-growing chicken population. And I need some help with names. I've got some started here, but I'm not really...
Melanie?
Not really thrilled to death with any of them.
Jocelyn.
Okay, now you can go topside.
Okay.
So here's Ellie. Ellie is the she's the contact person with the sea stars. She's from the Pollo Blancos.
Right.
Blancas. And they have a prior relationship, They are friends. I would not say they're like, bosom buddies, or anything like that.
It might be small font. Carrie was asking how big this zine was going to be. But you know what? It's surprising, though. Like, when you handwrite out something, it's a lot longer than what it will be, like, once we get it all typed up.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So here are the 2 newest additions. All right. So these are the infiltrators. Aha.
From Pollo Blanca. Or Blanca Pollo.
No. They're going into the Pollo Blancas, but they're coming in from, the other.
The layers. Sisters.
They're layers.
Hello, Anne.
And it's not completely out of the realm of reality that they would be doing that, because occasionally, old layers retire and new ones move in.
Yeah.
So it's not going to get immediately. But now we've got Ella, who's going to talk to Wanda about this whole conversation. She doesn't have all the down low on it, but she's got some information.
I'm glad you're keeping this all straight. I'm pretty proud of you on this. I think the cards help.
Oh, they
kind of once you visually have a character in your head.
I'm telling you, it's been a mind. Organizer of what not. Yeah. So here I've got some, and I had to kind of recolor them.
Marcia.
And I really screwed up because I used my white and it wasn't quite as transparent as I thought it was going to be. So I kind of had to go back and capture some more details, but they wanted them to look like they belonged to the white chickens, right? Yeah. They're not completely white, but they're getting there. I might have to give them one more round of polka dots with the marker.
Yeah.
But my marker's getting low on juice.
Well, also. I told you, that other one's over here. Or did you find it?
No, I just used one of my fatter ones. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So here's what I've got so far. I've got La Chica, Poyandra, Polarna, Hueva,
Oh, I like hueva because, you know, it's
Yeah.
like huevos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rancheros.
and Pollosana. I don't know. Well, we'll just wait for a moment there, and y'all can get on that chicken naming business, and we'll get back to that after I show you the stuff here.
Yeah.
And Mariah, oh shit,
Sugar.
bits.
Gets.
God dang it!
Those slippery packets.
No, my sticky arm.
Sticky arm.
Well, I've got paint on it. I was gonna wash it. I meant to wash off, and it's still sticky. God dang it!
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got, oh my goodness, this is part of, my chickens fell to the floor and I ran over them. The Pollo Blancos. Holy crap.
Who knew it was going to be this dramatic? Yeah, I know, Ann. I thought of you. I'm happy Ann's here.
Gosh darn it. I don't know where that feather keeps coming from. It's not my chicken.
The chicken is real.
Yeah.
The baby brings you feathers. I would assume that's probably where it came from.
I've got another
you
one
know.
of hers up there. You know, she's always bringing me feathers. She's a feather
seriously,
finder.
like normally you're the.
All right, so now let's get all these dudes back together here.
Hold on.
Oh, do we have air going all of a sudden?
Working on it, 'cause, yeah, like, I don't know.
All of a sudden, I'm feeling a bit
Turn it on.
flush.
I know, me too. I got too much coffee.
No, I haven't had enough. All right, I think I'm getting them all back together here.
Boy, you did.
I
You
just really love these little snail-like critters here.
Whimsical trees is actually what they were called. See, let me tell you a story about how sometimes products get alterations because we kind of need it for sizing and whatnot. So I could have kept the little stem thingies on there. But then as I was kind of thinking about it, because they had to be bigger. I did try to get them in a smaller size, and we just lost. It was too fine of a detail to then fatten up and still keep the design. This is the constant issue.
Since I don't know what they looked like before, I think they look bloody marvelous, and I applaud.
And then I was like, well, it might be kind of cool to be able to swap out the trunks or the, whatever piece. And it might be kind of cool. You might want to use them separately anyway.
Oh, yeah, I can think of a lot of things. I mean, you can even, there could become some kind of fancy fish. Fancy shell, like mollusk.
And Darcy gave the thumbs up. Yeah, so there's a Whimsical Tree Set Style 1 and Whimsical Set Style 2.
There they are. Well, I'm pretty jazzed about them, and I don't know that they're going to work with my chicken business, but
they might. Hey, they could be funny hats. Like, if there's some ceremony that comes along, can you stamp those on as a hat? I think that would be quite, but they were not going to fit on the card, so I'll just have to have a little piece of Velcro there that I can shove on there and stick them down. Parading around with their fancy hats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them already have, or just fancy pillows they could sit on.
Yeah. Okay. So here are these two.
The chickens go to the yurt, the nurt. Maybe they're part of the nurt.
Well, some of them could be, but some of them are very serious chickens. They do not.
They don't yurt.
No, they're very proper. Okay, so are these two little pieces? These two little pieces are they fit in like so.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this one? It just sticks in the hole there?
Mm-hmm. But I wanted pieces that would also fit like on an ATC. So if you wanted to use it on an ATC, the either part could, but them together don't necessarily.
No, they're not.
Or as a tree, it wouldn't.
You'd have to make a more truncated trunk.
Or you could tape off parts of them and then
you could turn this around like this and it could be a mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Look, there's so much to be done with these.
And I just see this as being kind of a fancy snail.
Yeah.
That's what my first impression of this was.
I thought they were like kind of like had a good fancy rock look or pillows.
Yeah, no, I love this.
Mm-hmm.
This is really nice too. Okay, well those are peachy keen. I like them a lot.
Keep all your pieces together.
No kidding. And I need to get them back in. I just should hand them to you and you can put them into that.
In this box?
Now, I will have to label that box, though.
Okay.
I think there's room in there, don't you?
Definitely. Yeah,
right.
just hand them over and
Well,
I'll get
I'm not going to get to these today, I don't think.
Yeah, I warned everybody that we just showing things and then...
Because I've got some...
You're right.
I've got some new stencils that I'm very excited about. Okay, so houses. Well, you know how I love the houses. I mean, remember the last one? It was a Halloween house. Now, these are more like Christmassy houses,
yes,
right?
and that is exactly what Carrie was kind of thinking as well.
Add some nice little highlights behind the windows there, make it look very homey, and some holly business around here.
And then he told me this morning, he's like, I should have made a chicken coop. I said, yeah, you should have. All this chicken business that's going on, you know? Yeah. Maybe next year.
Yeah. I would like to work with you because I've got some ideas on that. Anywho, another thing I've thought about is remember the clouds?
Mm-hmm.
The clouds would be good behind this.
Okay.
Cloud stamp. Trying to think what else we had that. I guess bats and Christmas wouldn't necessarily. If you're in the South, it might be appropriate.
Christmas bats?
I don't know if our bats fly year round. I don't think so. I think that they hibernate. I don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure either.
Now, these are darling because these really make me think about little Christmas ornaments. But they could also be these could be fancy chicken hats too.
Yes.
And then if you turn them like this, you can see the eye.
Mm-hmm. These are by Eddie. These are bobble eyes.
Bobble eyes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
There.
Yeah, I almost held this one back to do with the Christmas things, but I also thought that they looked really good with the Tiano. Is that right?
Oh.
Tiano. Because they're Eddie. You can tell that they're very... Yeah, Ta-ino. Yes, there we go. Ta-ino.
Off my notes here. What's this?
Well, I was looking for the thing, so I can remember.
Oh, that's great. All right.
That is not appropriate to show on screen. Those are the stamps.
I don't really know where it was stuck to, but it turned up on the roll around. All right, I wanted to share with you my, midnight
artwork.
Yeah, this is what I'm too tired to really do anything, and I would just listen to stuff. And I was watching a Frontline thing last night. It was very good. Can't remember if I posted that on my page or not. But anyhow, so this is what I was working on, and I was putting more on there, and I've got a hole here, which I'll have to.
An actual hole.
Actual hole.
How did you get that actual hole?
Well, I was getting a little carried away because I was using and I wanted to remind everybody about these because Louisa Heinzel uses these all the time. The Stabilo.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaball. Paper, glass, and metal. Pencils. Right?
Yeah.
Aquarelle. Yes. Anyway, that was what I was doing here, and I scratched a little hard, and it was still a little wet from...
I'd say so.
Yeah. And I haven't decided yet.
Hello, Janie.
It's kind of, I've been watching a lot of stuff on the war in Ukraine, and they're blowing up things and whatnot. And I think maybe that's was where this came from brain. Subconsciously.
I don't think you should watch that stuff at night.
Well, I don't. I knock it off about 30 minutes before I want to go to bed, and I read my book.
Okay.
And I've been having much better sleep
good.
patterns. Alrighty. So anyway, these are really good things to have. I have a whole package of them, and every now and then I use them a lot more than I do just regular pencils. All right, I'll shove that back over there somewhere.
This is how.
Okay. Now, this is an interesting little
set of 4 Screwy circles by Paula. I've actually had this for a while. It just kept getting kind of pushed out, and I was like, finally, it felt right with some of the other things that have been out recently, and then probably that will be coming out.
Okay, well, I think what might be fun is to layer them. Just to
yes.
And see how, see what's going to happen. I have a feeling she might have thought of that as an approach.
Yeah, and originally...
because they do match up.
I can't remember. Paula usually does like mini versions of something. And so usually I'll take kind of one of those or whatever. And then I was like, okay, well, I could have made those into individual like 9x12 ones. But then I was kind of like, well, if I give all 4 options, and we've done that before with those other sets.
We'll find out which one. Yeah.
And yeah, we'll kind of see. And if people really, push for a particular one, we can do that. But again, I don't know that it is full on necessary. Because if it's a very repetitive pattern, I feel like something like this gets you the best bang for your buck.
Okay.
That's just kind of my thought.
I really...
You guys know that you can always, like...
Now, are these... Is this a 4th... You buy it and you get all 4?
That is correct.
Well, the reason I like this one is because, number one, it's going to be great. It's a great scale for ATCs.
And so I was kind of thinking about that, too, because I think originally, if we blew that up...
You could tape it off.
Right.
To have, like, a continuous pattern right here. Or you could just tape it off and have this one where they're going one place, and one way another place. And over here you've got this, and then you've got this. So this is really a well thought out, very usable stencil.
And then I always like the play with the size with some of the other things. But then you have like sort of the different directions and connections.
Yeah. And I really like this. This one would be a good one to do that technique where you just move it over a little bit, because you're going to have that shadow thing.
Right.
Or you can totally flip it and then cover up that side and then have the other side showing.
Yes. And then you have other ones that, because see, if you lay them out all together, but see, it moves, moves it around.
Look, it just made a pie section there.
Exactly. So you think, oh, well, you already had that, but really you don't.
That's interesting. Okay, let's turn it and see. Oh yeah, see, it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You just get a bunch of shapes, but if you turn it like this, you've got that same pie shape in a couple of different places.
Mm-hmm.
Brings your eye around. I don't know if you planned that, Paula, but that was a very excellent.
I think she did.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, I like those. I also like these because they fit in my little box back here and I don't have to file them.
That's kind of the other thing. It's a good space-saving situation.
Space-saving situation?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I got this one out because this is the one that I'm going to keep. I figure, and I might keep this one also because you can see we've got a scale difference here. And I probably will just hand this one back to Mariah.
I'll send that off to Sophia along with the other little 5x7.
And there's no sense in me keeping both of them. I think that's being really, stashed with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like this very much. And it reminds me a little bit of...
this is called dot dash filigree. And then it should combine with her previous filigree, floral filigree, because it's in that same style. But this is more just the circles and the lines and stuff.
Don't know if I can conjure that up right away. Is it one I've used lately?
Fairly. So yeah, it should be close to the
top.
top.
Close to the top? Yeah, well, that's what we say.
That's what we say.
Okay, so I will definitely be keeping those two and using it. I'm actually going to use this one today. And I may find the one that she's talking about over there if it is indeed.
Jean, we have. It's better for doing a crackle technique because it's kind of a coated paper, that sulfite paper. Remember that Sharon had hooked us up with? Sulfite. And then we did the crackle technique with it.
Oh, yes.
It holds the crumple.
It holds the crackles better than the other. The other irons out too easily.
Yeah. So if you go back to some of our crackle videos, we do talk about it and use it. But pulling prints, it's not any, yeah, I don't know.
I haven't used it. The crackle technique would be good underneath that one.
Mm-hmm.
We might do that today.
I think I can actually find that paper too, because I think it's in the do here, or you might have some over there. I don't know.
Well, I might have some, but I don't know what it is, and I don't remember writing on it. So,
well, you can tell because it's slicky.
It is slicky. I remember it now,
but
I don't know where it is. Okay. So tell me about this one.
This is the Petal Tear Burst by Rhonda.
Obviously, comes in 3 sizes,
and not much of a variation. I didn't want to, because Rhonda sizes her all 3 things, and so like if they set it as such, then I usually just leave it. Now, you know, that doesn't mean that if the queen does request much, if you want it in a bigger one, but this one I think is really nice in this size. That was the other thought too.
I think it is too, and I don't disagree with this.
Yeah. Now
I do think that you could make it in a smaller version.
You mean I would make it bigger? I wouldn't go any smaller because see those connection points in the middle of the little bursty part? They just get thinner. Thinner and thinner, and then the more you have, the more time it takes to cut them. I would not make them any smaller.
Okay, she's not making them smaller. Forget that.
I would make them bigger.
I don't necessarily want them bigger. I might change my mind about that.
But see, her earlier one, Splish Splash, which I think was last month. No, month before, because last month was all the bat stuff, all the Halloween things. But if you mix this with Splish Splash, Swish Splish Splash. Yeah.
It could be interesting, but I don't know where that one is.
It should be, again, fairly towards the top. You have
yeah, that's what she says.
Yeah. She's been moving files, so that's not
I have been moving files.
Hello, Leona.
I don't recognize that name. Leona. Hi, Art Fam. Well, has she been here before? Has Leona been with us before?
I think so. I feel like I recognize that little icon, but if you're new, welcome.
Welcome. Yes, okay. I'm going to these over here. Now, have y'all thought of any chicken names for me? Mariah, you aren't telling me.
Oh, well, let me see. I'll go back to the whole chicken business. Let's see if people...
Good, go back to the chicken thing, and I'm going to talk about some things here.
Jennifer had said pollo sombreros. For the little hat things of the, you know, doing the stamp things as hats. Love that. That makes me chuckle.
Okay, so remember what Mariah was working on yesterday. And she did the thing with the oil. And I was kind of poo-pawing it.
Poo-paw.
I love what happens because it's they become transparent.
Oh, so you oiled you up?
I oiled us all up.
We all got oiled
and
up.
Here's what's cool. All of a sudden, you know, these were really milky filmy.
Yeah, it kind of crisped it up.
It crisps up the edges.
I was sort of noticing that with the Izzy photo. I was like, man, this is kind of cool.
And I think I'm going to do it like that.
Okay. And
glue them down like that and actually, you know, frame this. I think it would be wonderful. What do y'all think?
I love it.
I just, and what is cool about these is, they've got two sides to them. I mean, one side is obviously, more crisp than the other. But let me,
Jessie.
Let me show you what I do with the rest of those little boogers. Oh, that was our. And I like these, but I don't think they're going to work for, like.
Aw, thanks, Acme.
All right. Okay. I stuck them someplace where I can see them. Now, here's what these started out as.
I hid them from myself.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, maybe we should, we should redo that stream. And just.
And then I really like these. And I thought these three looked good together.
Yeah.
I just thought that these look better on this background because somehow are they just a little more punkier or something.
Yeah. No, I like that. And it'd be fun too. Is like once you kind of have them down, if you could go over them in certain areas, like with your China like pen or even the acrylic. I don't know if it would stick because they're greased up at this point.
Greased
but
up.
I don't know how you're gonna glue them down. Oh, you know what might be kind of cool? Actually, if you came back with some of the washi tape or made tape or used some of your crazy, pieces of tape thing and glued it down like that so it holds it. Because you kind of need it to go across it to hit a couple corners. Just in case it starts to lift.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see these were the actual prints.
Or transfer attempts. Some did.
And some did other, obviously better than others. And then. So
we never had any luck with the inkjet. Then I was thinking, duh, we have your little Canon printer up here that, is buried. But, I think it's still accessible. But we need to print some from there to test that out.
What kind of printer is it?
It's a Canon, but it has that Pixma ink, which is supposedly
it's high
different.
dollar.
Yeah, it is pricey stuff.
Yeah, here's the scan. Okay, well, I just thought you might be interested in that.
Cynthia says the art glitter glue works the best to hold the faux vellum.
Oh.
Tell you that stuff.
Well, it doesn't feel greasy anymore. But I just think it's absolutely astonishing.
Look at us accidentally arting.
And it looks so good with this. And that little bit of stuff showing through in the back.
I love it.
I just think that this is, and I really, I don't always like pictures of myself. I really like this one because I know what I was thinking there, and it's probably not acceptable for me to share that with you at this time. But
these were our pictures that we did for the photobomb.
And I'm gonna frame those too.
I don't know where mine is.
It's over. Oh, I don't know. No, I've got both of mine. I don't have yours.
Yeah, I don't.
You're gonna have to.
Stuffed it.
Oh, okay. Can I hand you this so that this doesn't get lost in the shovel? I will take it back.
Okay.
Because I just don't want to deal with it right now.
I am getting to a point where I'm about
chicken names.
I didn't see a lot. So Mimi's comment above. Let's see here. The story needs to mathma chicken.
Now remember, these are girls. These are layers, so they have to have girl names.
Girl names, yeah. Because the only one I saw, there were a couple names, but they were mainly boy names.
Yeah, because
and hello, Anina.
Wade and Lester, the jester, or no, Wade and who was my other chick?
And Rico.
Well, no, Rico's a dude up above, but the here's some chickens that I ran over. Check them out and make sure they're not.
Egbert. Egg.
Yeah. Leo. Remember, Leo's the head egg turner.
Mm-hmm.
And Wade is the straw fluffer.
Yes.
So.
Oh, Jean says Frida. For one of the. Heidi and Florence. Oh, Velma.
All right.
My favorite is the Hueva.
It might be Hueva and Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
HH.
H-A. Oh, the. Mm-hmm. I like them.
HH. Okay.
The HH hens.
And you can see here, I had to color my chickens.
The chickens get processed.
God dang, one marker up there. That's the only pink marker that we've got.
Oh, that's funny. It's not, you know that all of these are, all these markers.
No, I got it off the rack here. I don't know which one it was, but.
Okay, so these three, the first boxes right here, starting from, you know, the end, this, and this, these are all acrylic.
Ah. No, I don't think I knew that.
Okay, well now you do.
No, I do. I'm going to save those. I doubt that they're very absorbent because I used them to soak up all the oil that I squeezed out on the paper. You don't need a whole lot. I was way overdoing it.
Hey, Lori.
But, you know, it was my first rattle out of the box. I didn't know.
Jeanette.
Okay, so I've got bunches of papers here. And I did want to talk about this one a little bit because there were a couple people that really, you know, expressed appreciation for.
Yes, it was called. Yes, it was. It was
my color choice on the brown.
Applauded.
And what's really nice about this, when you do these flop offs, you've got that white background, which then, you know, you keep it and you can make it fit with whatever color combo that you want to use, just because you can go over the top of it with a transparent color, and that would, you know, bring it into whatever wheelhouse that you're wanting to do. Okay, I've got these Brayer offs. Mariah gave me hers from yesterday. She doesn't do quite, yeah, it does take a little while to get the whole thing with the Brayer offing.
Listen, when you're doing the whole transfer thing, the timing is more about what's happening on the plate than it is about making beautiful Brayer offs.
Well, I know, but after a while you get so that you can
just both things can happen at once. Oh, okay. I'll let you. Next time she does her image transfers, we'll remember all that.
I want to bring this back and show it to you one more time.
All right, Mo. Here's the thing. She whipped it out on me the other night, and she said, "I want you to know that I think Mo probably loves this." I mean, she like called, so Mo.
Now, the only thing I think that would make Mo more of a fan of this is if I would take and go over this with kind of that rosy and kind of bring it into that burgundy, because that's kind of
a little more murdery.
Let me know what you think.
Just wait.
I'm waiting.
And she was right.
See, I told you.
It is impressive that, okay, at that angle, very impressive. Because you see the, you know, crashing gondolas. If you just look at it and you don't catch it just right, you're like, okay.
It's subtle.
It is. It's an interactive piece.
It certainly is. I like that word. It is interactive. All right. Well, Mo, I'm not quite.
But you got to move it to like it.
You have to. And if you just look down here in this area, let me get that up there. Can you see that dark green?
That I do like.
Trying to get it there. Yeah, now you can see it. I mean, how cool is that? And I guarantee you, there's a month of Sundays before this kind of thing can happen again. Just saying.
Yeah. It is, and it's a thick one.
Yeah. Okay, really like this one. I'm thinking that if I can find that stencil, that would be so bloody marvelous.
Ooh, that looks good together.
Look at how good that is. Okay, and then we did all of these, and I know Mo loves all these too. This is with that funky green that I mixed up that I don't know how I mixed it up, but I bet you I could reproduce that fairly easily. And it is opaque, by the way.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure it's something from Lucas Krill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm keeping these because now that I have my chickens all on those blue cards, this could be my, I don't know, paper that I use for my pockets that holds the chickens.
Could be.
You know, tear it up.
I'm not guaranteeing our Arty friends anything until things start getting glued down. I just keep saying it, like, so there were like 2 different streams, or maybe even 3 already. That it's like we're doing backgrounds for the chickens.
Well, now I'm just really just farting around.
Yeah.
Playing with the new stencils because I'm kind of, you know, I'm reaching this. I've got to, you know, get my story all done.
Yes, that is the important part right now.
And I'm not hurrying myself. I write when I have these sudden urges of ideas, and it's usually in the morning when I'm, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, you need to put a print up. Yeah.
That looks so fabulous. I just love this. I love so much about this. And I know I've shown you all this before, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to see.
Hey, we got new people here.
We've got new people.
Have y'all seen these? Let us know in the chat. If you're new here, welcome. This is the type of stuff that we do.
I need to put this back with these because it definitely goes.
Oh, yeah, it's a friend.
Yeah. Now, this is just a little bit
Gina.
green.
Yeah, it's a little. That's a whole lot.
A whole lot, Mariah says. But it does have some lovely things on there. Look at those little...
Oh, hi, Darlene.
Eye scaly pieces there.
Yes, this was from the dragon eyes.
Now, I do have this one that I can make this into... I'm going to leave that here with the rest of this orange stuff.
Okay.
This is kind of a, you know, I don't know. It could be.
It's a really nice brayer off, Patricia.
It is a very nice brayer off.
It's like somebody knows what they're doing. You were mean to me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You judged my brayer off.
Judged your brayers off. But you know, I know why you did, because you didn't have this piece down.
And I was fighting for space here. I don't know why necessarily. Well, I was trying to kind of. Well, okay, so I had those long. We need to cut those things down. The plexiglass that's on those bigger ones.
See, I just didn't have.
I know. Because I was
just used them like they were.
Because I wasn't using them up and down like this. Because number one, I didn't feel like
I always brayer horizontal.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know why.
Maybe it's a genetic thing.
Well, your arm works better this way than it does this way.
This way.
Yeah.
You know.
You got more range going this way.
Which way do you brayer?
All right. Now,
inquiring minds want to know.
The reason these kind of brayer offs, I'm just going to tell you this. It's just, you know, I had no idea I was going to talk about this, but we're going to.
Okay.
Where you have this really bright next to this really dark. These are beautiful ones to use for the stamping.
Yes.
And then you use your stamp, and you can have your stamp maybe overlapping where it's, you know, half and half. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And then you cut out your ATC with the best possible view. You might lose a little, but look at that beautiful blue stripe down there. I think that one's just pretty bloody marvelous. I'm not going to use that one right now.
Eddie's the only one willing to commit to side is how he brayers. Nobody else wants to talk about how they brayer.
Well,
do give those thumbsy upsies though, y'all. If you come in, give us a like down below.
Now this might be a good one to use. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some out here that I can use.
Hey, Paula, you missed it all. We're talking about you, and you missed the chicken story. You need to go back and then do fast forward.
No, that one, but I've used that one so much, I'm not going to do that. All right, I just need to get another couple here. I don't want to have to dig through this dead-gum pile. Oh, here, this will be a good one. All right, so I've got these here, and we've got our stencils. And I really like using brayer offs because it gives you, you know, a lot of people go through their stuff and then they especially make backgrounds and everything. Well, I've never found that to be terribly necessary.
That's not your jam.
That is not my jam. And I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying that isn't my...
Well, that's nice that you're not judging everyone for, you know, the way they do things.
Thank you for that, Mariah.
Just point that out to the folks at home.
Now I'm going to turn around with my back to you again.
Okay.
So sorry. I had my books on top of those pictures. Because I will tell you one thing.
They were, yeah. So you had to.
Yeah, I had to smash them down in between pieces of paper towel.
Well, you did good. They looked fabulous.
I was just, I kept looking at that one of Izzy and I thought,
just like that.
I just really like that. And this oily stuff, I don't know if I like that. But man, I sure do like the way those look. All right, so here we go. God dang, Izzy drives me nuts. She whipped up here the other day with this sour look on her face and said,
I will tell you, it is.
I need some stripes on my shirt. I said, well, lay down. Let me give you a few. And she says, Gigi, I'm serious.
She's watching some anime show that Brad found for her that it's kiddish. And so therefore, it's a little hard for the rest of our brains to go, good God. Like the plot just
okay.
is.
Where's
but she likes it. And one of the characters
oh.
has a striped shirt. That is why the striped shirt was needed.
Now see, look.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good coupling.
Good coupling.
And I've used the bejesus out of this one, so I'm going to put this on the side for a while. And but this would be.
The problem is just too much.
Yeah.
It's the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. Too many options.
That could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to see that right now.
But I do think that it could be very cool. I think you should do that.
All right. I'm going to put that over here.
And actually, you've already got one layer of that right over there.
I didn't ever get to this, and I really wanted to do this because I think this...
Well, maybe we should stop looking at things and just start getting some layers down with some stencils that don't have paint on them.
Oh, I have some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put those up there. Don't let me forget. I'm not even going to look at the rest of these because I'll just think of something else.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Okay. Because I think we've got plenty to go here.
Yeah.
Now, I've got some things to pull, but I pulled this one because I had to use the thing for other things. But look at this. This is so funny because remember what this was underneath? It was that one that had all the orange, but somehow or other, these little spots
stayed.
Huh. But I mean, you can see it very faintly. That orangey background on this one. This is another Brayer off, and I think it looks really incredible. And I do love this, and I think, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful stencil? Look at that patina.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough of that.
Yeah.
Horse pucky. Oh, whoa. Getting ahead of myself here. All right, so what do we got here? This is one we put down on Sunday.
Hey, Joni.
This is one of the blue and browns.
Ooh. That's a...
Yeah, I need to condition this plate. Not just clean it, but condition it. When they start pulling really hard like this.
Yeah.
That's your first clue.
Ooh.
Okay, when that happens, if you just come at it from the other direction, remembering that you're probably going to have the same situation down here on the end with the terribility. Don't just start ripping and snorting. Do it gently. Work it up.
Kind and slow.
Kind and slow.
Crack them edges, though. Yes, gel plate gymnastics. Oh, Joni, I feel for you.
What's going on?
Oh, well, they have a football game to go to, and it's cold outside. I think you're just
We've
getting...
got some very interesting situations.
Is that spot?
I don't know.
Like, you may really need to deal with that thing. I
And
love
see,
that, Sophia. I love it. Oh man.
It's not just the paint, it's getting down to the paper.
Yeah. That's very interesting. That's a whole new sound, even.
I think my plate is clean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that's not normal.
yeah, and it's but you remember, okay, see where the rusty stuff is?
Uh-huh.
That may have had something to do with it.
Yeah, but then what about the other two spots?
Well,
because that really wasn't.
No, really, they don't. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll clean that up. I just don't want to do it right now. It's still a cool print. And there's parts of it that are totally usable. I think that this is a really pretty color combination.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know why the paint. Actually, it's the paint sticking to the plate.
Yeah, and you can see here where now the other thing is, because this is a brayer off, it could have been something on the brayer off, you know, when I was messing around with that, one of those other mediums or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch the.
No, it usually, like, I mean, a lot of times she leaves them for days. I don't think it has anything to do with the length of time. There's something funky going on with that particular plate.
Yeah.
Because it's really about the plate sticking and grabbing those paint areas.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered what I did
Right.
pulling that off. It was just not gonna. That was not happening. You want to be careful when you do this because you can get paper cuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do that. That happens even when we're putting Yupo down on the mats. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the extra distressed vintage technique, Mo. Extra.
This was the burgundy that somebody requested with the gold.
I think that was Carrie. But it was the magenta.
Magenta. And see, that came up good sweet.
Yeah.
Don't know.
And that's actually been, the gold has been on the plate longer than that other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't get that paint brayer down. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. That's kind of got me.
But usually it's like,
flummoxed.
you know, if that's the case, what happens is it kind of comes into like a thin and a thick area. Like those are chunks almost. It's just a weird way that played out.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do y'all analyze these things?
I don't.
we are.
I don't know. But I don't really hate it because now I can go over it with another color, and it's going to take.
Yeah.
You know the paper there. I used to get upset about all that stuff, but I don't get upset anymore. All right, let's clean this sucker up.
Yeah, 50 million prints later, you become a little less precious about them.
Yeah.
She still has some that.
I have boxes.
Mm-hmm. The special ones.
I'm not so vested anymore.
Uh-huh.
But now I do have some that I mean I pulled way back when that I am like, okay, hey, these are some primos.
Yeah.
I'm even taking some out of the shop. Made Mariah take them out because
She did. She's like,
I
yeah,
decided later that and they were usually accidents, you know, happy accidents.
Oh, I did put those of you that wanted, which I think most people that wanted it saw it in Makers, but in case you are interested,
That's really pretty.
Oh, I didn't leave one of the...
Oh, my.
I didn't leave one of the printed copies up here, but...
What?
So, the zine. I have finished mine. If you go back and watch yesterday's stream, you can watch all of that. If you want one, let me know in your next order, and I will send you one. If you want it signed, let me know. I think I'm just signing them all. I haven't had her sign them, though. Because I was already sending stuff out, and you weren't around, so that's why that happened.
Oh. Well, I would have.
I know, but, you know, it's a time thing sometimes. So apologies for that, y'all. I put in the most work.
Well, that ain't wrong.
It ain't wrong. But yes, let me know. And then I did post the PDF. It is in the files of the Makers of Makes Me Art and Artist Facebook group. There's a link here in the chat. There's a link down below. There's always links down below that will take you to all the various places of PM Artist Studio and the Facebook groups and all the things. But anyway, that shows you the layout. Like if you want to print a 2-page, well, actually it comes out to be 6 pages plus cover. But how you do it, like to be able to print front and back one sheet to create that little booklet. And it's just the layout. Just says, you know, page whatever goes here. It's helpful. Hello, Carolina. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you do not have access or see the chat, that means that you are in a replay. Please let us know that you're watching down below. We like to say hello back, or just, you know, if you like something, any of that business. But do give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already.
You know, somebody asked me, how do you know when to
Condition.
condition?
It comes up often.
It does come up often, but I think it is one thing that you're going to get a lot better, because after a while there's buildup on there that you really can't even see. And you're going to see in a minute when I show you, because I'll show you the wet wipe. It just, after a while, it isn't allowing you to pull a crisp print. And that is not something that everyone is, you know, particularly interested in.
Right.
See? But I want to have the option of deciding if I want a crisp print or if I want my plate to pick up some of that grunge, which you've seen me. I just leave it on there.
Yeah.
But I think that when you are pulling your paper up and it's taking you, you know, you're just having to really tug at it. That's a pretty good indicator that maybe it is time.
Hi, Nicola.
To,
Oh, bye, Anina.
And again, you don't have to get all the oil off, but I work at getting as much off as I can, because I think that with that comes off more stuff that you don't particularly want down there. I mean, we're not getting a whole lot, so that's a good sign.
Well, and it keeps your plate clearer longer. And now the thing is they're gonna yellow over time no matter what. Yeah. Like that's just those are facts, y'all.
Yeah. All right, I need to get a piece of paper down here so I know.
And yes, she does keep some of the tape.
I do.
For an undetermined project in the future.
Here, let me show you.
Much like the, you know, paint trinkets.
And these even have little rolls inside of them.
There's interior. They're nesting tape rolls.
But that's what you keep your toilet paper for. I haven't decided,
yes,
but by golly, when I decide that I'm going to need them, I've got them.
Yes.
And I can't use them if I don't have them.
Oh, definitely. Sophia went on a little shopping spree after we had shown her all the different paints the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. She got that transparent orange she showed, and then she got more. Because she thought it would be rude just to buy one thing.
Of course.
Yeah. See, we get you, girl. We get you.
I'm trying to get this.
Also, very much enjoy
Mariah's
watching your reel or the. It's not the reel. It's like the little quick thing, but with her cat. She's a very cute cat. It was nice to hear her talk too.
Alrighty.
Becky's jar is almost full of her trinkets.
Ah. I need to really empty mine into the big jar.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
There's a holding station.
I've got a holding station for my pencil sharpener shavings also, which I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but again.
I think it should all be one big project. I'm going to buy you a big canvas and you should just glue it all down to one thing.
Wow.
And then you can name it. You can't throw it away unless you save it.
Yeah. Can't throw it away later if you don't save it now.
Yeah, something like that.
Now and later, you know.
Yeah, now and later.
All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and use this one because I've been talking about it for days. This Mariah says. And I want to use it while it's still got.
I think that might be over there, Joni. I don't.
What?
If you
don't save it now, you can't throw it away later.
Right. Don't
you got to say it like that because it sounds clever. The now and later, you know.
Right.
Don't mess.
Otherwise, you just sound crazy.
Yeah, imagine that. Got to get rid of the
people judging you for that.
Chickens, look at that. It rolled right over those poor little boogers, but they don't seem to have suffered.
Nah, they'll be all right.
Any great damage.
Yeah.
I got to put them back with the rest of their friends so that I can find them. Keep those chickens together. Alrighty, here we go.
This is Baubles and Stars by Estella. That is right. And if you guys are looking for links, usually Mo or the other moderators also drop in links to the various stencils that are typical or stamps that are being shown during the stream here in the chat.
I didn't lick it. I just licked my finger so I could get it off. I didn't lick it. Okay, I want to make peach.
She got that all clarified.
And I do have peach in a lot of different colors, but I want peach in heavy body because I really want to get it down in there.
And she won't take the Naples, what is it? The Naples, where are you? This one. I keep telling you this is peach. Look.
It is.
Uh-huh.
It is, but I just, it's such a cute little tube. I like to use it for my smaller plates.
Margie's asking, is there anything special you need to do to a brand new plate? You may test it. We have gotten, if they've sat around for a while.
One big one of mine, I had to
condition it like when it was brand new.
Because it was dried out.
Yeah, kind of dried out. And that was a Gelli Arts one.
All right, I'm making up enough here that I'm going to be able to use it in more than one. There's no sense, it's kind of like making cornbread. You might as well just make a
Jean, no, it does not. It can be fall, or actually, I just made my zine, but now mine wasn't part of the swap thing. I'm just sending mine out to people that want it and place orders. That's the main thing that has to happen there. And even if it's a later on order, that's okay. Just make sure you put it in the notes. And I'll print one out because I can, on demand print them. That's the nice thing about the little zines.
Yeah. All right, I'm trying to find my. Shucky darns.
Oh, Eddie's new stamp would look great with this. They have similar shapes. Tina did an autumn zine.
Oh. Well, that's good.
I don't know. Sandy, I don't know that would... it wouldn't hurt it.
What is it?
If you conditioned your brand new plate.
Oh, yeah. And if you have any doubts about it at all, I'd definitely go ahead and do it because, especially if you're new to gel printing, you don't need that as a
Hey, hon.
a negative variable messing you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's mauve. Mauve.
Yeah. I'm going to give it one little teeny weeny tiny shot of green.
I don't know about that. I thought you were going for peach. She's not going to put the green in. Green won't come out.
Constipated.
Those little spout things are like I kind of like them, but then they
just one little bird poopy bird poop drop, sparrow size poop. And you might not think that makes a whole lot of difference.
As a crow flies.
That's right. But all it did is it just muddied it out just ever so slightly.
Did you get that, Becky?
It needs a bit more
That
yellow.
ain't peach. That's not peach.
Bit more yellow.
Okay.
Just
I give a lot of I allow you to do your color things the way you want to do them most of the time. You need more red. Maybe. See, to make peach, I just put more yellow with orange. Is that right?
Yeah, well, red and yellow make orange.
Well, right, but... Or there's Amsterdam,
Whoa. I gotta put that back in its toilet paper hole.
Okay. So, Amsterdam Standard Series, number 224. It's called Naples Yellow Red.
Yeah.
Which is peach. Oh, you're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Which yellow was that?
That was Winsor Newton. Heavy body.
That was
I needed that heavy body. That other was just too loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm liking that.
Oh, hi Yonka, bye Yonka.
I want to get this spread around over my plate because remember, this is just as important as because I'm prepping this plate for its new.
Right. Still really wouldn't call this like peach, but you've got nearer.
I'm okay with it.
This is more like a dusty rose.
It is. And I'm very fond of that.
I do like that color.
All right. Now let's get this out of here so we don't have to worry about rubbing my arm in that as I'm brayering on.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, one of the reasons I wanted a lot of paint on here because guess what I'm going to do?
Flop off.
And you can't flop off if you don't have a bunch of paint. Well, I mean, you can, but it doesn't, it's not helpful, and I don't know really what I want to flop off onto. Oh, here, that's a good one. That's one of Mariah's.
Well, thank you. I'm glad it's good for something. More brayering?
No, I just needed to get that off of there because I didn't want that.
So, for those of you that don't understand what a flop off is, it's when you take the stencil that is covered in paint and you flop it off onto a piece of paper and then transfer what is on the stencil onto the paper. That's a flop off. There you go. Now, one must be very careful with a brand new stencil I think she's going to prove it right here. Playing with fire.
Breathing a sigh of relief.
Okay, because what happens, especially if it's going to the like if it's hitting those paper areas, you need to really move it.
It's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick, folks.
If it's an older stencil that already has paint on it, less likely to happen. If you were going paint to paint, even if it's a brand new stencil, less likely to happen. And when I say paint to paint, that means the paint from the stencil onto a painted piece of paper. It's just that new stencil paint to paper that really gets you in trouble. And actually, it's kind of scary when and usually this is what's happening, because usually you do it with a brayer off, is that there's some areas that have paint, some areas that don't. So you have a false sense of security. And then it kind of catches in areas. Look at that. Professional wiping. Good job. Did you like my explanation of all the flop off business?
I thought that was really, really great.
Thank you.
And
someone asked the other day.
They
didn't ask very nicely, but I thought it was worth visiting.
Oh, who?
Somebody. The rando internet people.
Rando internet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, and here's the other thing. If you want to keep that going past its, due date, you can use open paints, and you can get a lot of stuff out of that one.
Yes. Open paint, most ideal to use for flop off, because it gives you that extra security of knowing that it isn't going to stick right away.
Right. Now, the other thing you can do with that.
It was not you, Gray. It was no one that comes regularly. It was just the internet rando. They're usually the ones that feel like they can say things in not very nice ways. But that's okay. I still answered.
Well, you're lucky I didn't see it, because I probably wouldn't have.
Well, luckily, if it's older videos that they're commenting on, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't go back. Because, see, like, in the back of the YouTube studio.
I don't even know how to get there.
Right, because in the back of the YouTube studio, it lists all our comments. So I can go through them like that.
I don't even know what she's talking about.
Yeah. She doesn't need
it's
that
probably
access.
just as well.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, alienating a whole, new potential audience.
That's right.
I don't really worry much about that at my age. You're just like, I don't have to suffer fools anymore. I already done that. Now, this is not going to be FP.
Right. But I think that's what sometimes makes it kind of interesting.
And I do think it is what makes it interesting. Good point. Yeah.
Hi, Carol.
And plus you're kind of, cleaning up your stencil so it doesn't have a lot of, and you can really concentrate on those little areas where it goes to the pointy business.
Yes.
Because that's what's going to get clogged up.
Yeah, it kind of builds up too. Like, so if you don't get those little pointed areas cleaned the first time, then the next time it just kind of builds.
They've got something to
and then they
grab onto.
Right, and then they become circles.
After a while. And you're going, wow.
I remember there being more.
What in the hell happened? I remember this being a lot crisper.
Yeah, more pointy.
And I swear to God, it took me a while to really figure that out. And I, kind of hesitant to even admit that, because it's like, my God.
Oh, you're so welcome.
What lack of self-awareness does that
You are not rando.
indicate? Now, this does take a little time, and
if you've been to one stream or more, you are not rando. But if you're coming into kind of like older videos and leaving comments and not being very nice about the things that you say, I know you are random and not necessarily invested.
Chicken sugar biscuit.
Chicken sugar biscuits, right?
Yeah. I just, and they just, they're just putting it down there because they don't think anybody's going to read that stuff. I don't know.
I think some people do think like they're helping you in some way. But it's like, that's not a very nice way to do it.
There you go. suck on that.
There are nicer ways to do it. That's a rub off.
That's a rub off. And usually I end up with this, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of a skin color.
Yes.
I should paint with that more often than I want to worry about washing my hands. Go to dinner just like...
Could cause some other issues, but you know. It's fine. She looked good. Her hands looked fabulous.
Oh, good. Yes. Okay, so...
By the end of dinner, she was looking a little flaky, though.
Don't want to lick your fingers.
Yeah.
So with that one application of paint, we have a future Brayer off that is really fantastic.
Oh, you're sweet, Deb.
And we've got this flop off over here, which is, you know.
Yes. I love that. And, you know, whoever's Brayer off that was, I mean, it was fabulous.
Well, it'd really been nice if
she would have gone all the way.
All the way over the edge.
Well, part of the thing was I had brand new paper, which I don't know why I was that worried about it, because, you know, with the whole splishy splashy thing, it didn't last long.
I'm looking at it right now.
I attempted, but...
Yeah, I should have handed you one of these things.
Yeah.
Why didn't I do that?
I don't know. I wasn't being taken care of.
Well, in the future, I will.
I wasn't being taken care of.
And I'll be real nice, and I'll put you down some clean paper.
Okay.
All right, so now, right now, in the realm of right now, look at this.
Love it. I'm very excited about this, as long as you make the right choice.
Ye of little faith.
You could go lighter. That would be fun.
I don't want to do that.
My monochromatic, you know, just doesn't want to. Gold would be cool.
Gold would be cool.
If you want to go kind of Christmas-y-ish.
No.
You could go with a green. You could go with your your favorite green over there, you know, the shimmery one.
Oh.
That's a good one. So it's not like Christmassy, but they're good complementary colors anyway. You know that they are.
Could just go with my green gold up here in the fluid acrylics.
Oh, yes, do that. I think that'll be good because it's a nice transparent.
All right. So this is dry. And that's the other thing about, you know, doing that wipey off stuff. It's also really good to do this with a new stencil because it's going to suck down onto the paper and you're going to get a lot crisper design. Once it gets a ton of paint on it,
it kind of has lifty spots.
It isn't so good anymore.
It gets oozy and whatnot.
It gets oozy.
So, you know, this speaks to, you know, if you want to keep your stencils clean, that would be in the pro column.
Trying to find
or 4.
Stickier. Do you have more of these, or can you spray these for me? Because I've lost all of my
sticky.
Stick. No sticky anymore.
We can.
And I'd glue it down, but that's a pain in the butt because once I get my paper all screwed up, then I gotta take it to the bathroom and, you know, wipe it down. And
the real problems of a gel printer.
God, isn't it true?
Struggle is real.
Hell yes. Now what was I doing? Oh yeah. Well, we've got this one that's got some goo on it. I hate to keep taking up all of your time cleaning up my...
Oh, I think folks are having a good time. Those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you have access to the chat, that's because you're still in the live stream. If you do not have access to type or you don't see it, that means you are in the replay. Let us know in the comments below that you are watching. Leave us kind comments.
Oh, I need to tell you about this. This just reminded me when I looked at this and I was going, how did I get that yellow down there? Well, that was part of, you know, when I did that one. I'll show you in just a minute. This is not going to be very pretty.
Oh. Hello, Savannah. Welcome.
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah Evans. Oh, Darcy got a brand new Baron today.
Oh, yeah?
She's admiring it.
Well, did you put it?
Oh, yes.
Showed us pictures and...
I'm sure
photographed
she
it.
probably will, or you can watch her next video, and I'm sure she'll show it off. Right, Darcy? Becky wanted me to let people know she's planning next year's swaps, and she has a couple of spots open. Any suggestions for swap items? ATCs and postcards. Is that helpful, Becky? I'm trying to think. Is there... I don't like the coins. I was thinking about this last night.
I hate coins.
I don't like the coins.
I'm not doing a
struggle
coin.
with the coins.
I can't make a circle.
We
don't have one of those things.
Our circles never stay circles.
Mine end up being a very small oval.
We suck at the circles.
Suck at the circles.
Oh yes, let us know in over there on Facebook or in Messenger.
All right,
Not here in the chat.
That's pretty good.
You need to contact Becky. That's Becky Bokern.
But you have to be in Makers in order to contact her.
Well, or if you are friends or just know her, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to consider that Ganook.
Oh, that's right. And Carrie and Paula have posted a request for suggestions regarding the color combos for 2025. I need to get my...
Oh, I need to think about that. I'm going to come up with some...
Oh, good God.
Real challenges. Something
for you or for others?
You can't just go to the store and get it. You're going to have to...
Mix it?
Mix the Jesus out of it. Oh, okay. Here we go.
They've all been made at some point.
Green gold. Per Mariah's request, which I, by the way, did. And
she supported this request.
I did support this request.
Actually,
always give that new stencil a bit of a rub down with your clean. I stress the word clean because sometimes mine is not. Happened to be today. Hallelujah. Okay, here we go. Now, here's the thing. I just suddenly thought, you know what I've got? Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Provided I can find the dadgum stuff. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Ah, the open.
Open green gold.
Oh, because then you can get a really good flop off.
I can get a really good flop off.
And then another one,
here,
and then another one.
Another one. I got to get them lined up, folks.
Yeah, get it lined up.
Don't, I mean, even though it is open paint and allows you a little bit more.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And then, a belated happy birthday. Jose is 80.
Holy moly.
I know, he bought himself a Baron for his birthday. A birthday Baron.
Well, bless your heart.
Mm-hmm. That's
happy
special.
Birthday.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you're here. And as I get closer to that particular birthday, I'm
more appreciative of what that means. I will be 47. I keep thinking about that. But I'm like, I don't think that that's true.
Spring chicken you are.
47. I don't know what 47 should feel like. I don't
know. I know. I was still dancing.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
What's our age difference?
With your father.
Like going out?
Going out, dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of stuff. Other things, usually involve drinking, as somebody you would say.
Yeah.
I dance better the more I drink.
Yeah, I'm really feeling like the 30
Remember that
thing.
time in Albuquerque when I fell down on the floor?
Some dude dropped my mom, and I was like, you gotta pick her up.
That's my mother on the floor.
He just spun her, and she kept going.
It was kind of a slow-mo. I didn't hurt anything.
No, and remember, it was that crazy, like, little patio dance area, and it had a slope to it.
It did. I think for drainage.
Yes. She just, it was what she had the momentum. I don't know why that tickles me so, but it was was one of those moments where, like, kind of, sort of out of the corner of your eye, but yet, like, and then
it was spring break.
Yes, and happening in front of you, and she's just going. I'm like, get her,
and I was laughing so hard that I couldn't get back up. And I think I peed myself a little bit too, but
yeah, you know, it was that kind of night.
It was that kind of night. All right, I'm gonna bring this one over here and do this one.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes, this is lovely. I think this is gonna be lovely.
Isn't it? Oh, check this out too.
Nice, nice, nice. Look at that.
And I can probably do a rub off on this, but I want to get down my...
Oh, and hello, Bruja. I meant to say hello earlier, and I got to chuckling.
And because I can do this because I know that I've got open paint out there and it's going to be a-okay.
Yeah, it can just really relax you using open paint.
I mean, it just, you know, you just can...
Oh, yes.
Kind of just take a little
y'all have been
breather.
in one of those, you know, 70s kitchens or bathrooms. I think that's usually where the wallpaper was. Either kitchens or bathrooms. Or an accent wall in the living room, right?
Yeah, and the foyer.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Jocelyn. Sometimes I feel like,
what?
Surely I am like, you know, still a baby, but.
There we go.
Oh, did that. That was good. That was good.
What?
They're just chiming in. They thought that was hilarious.
Oh, the Albuquerque story?
Yeah. She smoked my last cigarette, my fancy cigarette. Let me tell you, those things were very expensive. I mean, you know, cigarettes are expensive anyway, but they were extra expensive because they were fancy.
They were fancy.
Okay, so the paper that she has down there right now is the hammer mill to pull the print. And then she's using the deli paper to clean up the edges.
Whoa, I've never had that happen before.
Very sticky.
That's just weird. Well, we'll put that here. I'll hand you that, and you can put that in the giveaway. People have little strips of
flowers. Are you handing me things that need to dry? Rude. And I
check this out.
Oh, I love it.
And pull it with a creamy color.
That reminds me of like some shirt that Grandma Frances had.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Or pants. Maybe a whole suit. And you know it was polyester. And she smoked cigarettes. Always worried.
She did.
with an ass that was, you know, about that long.
I mean, I think she had a cigarette the day she died. Honest to God. And I said, Mimi, you got to give those up. She said, honey, I've given up a lot of other things.
She likes it.
And I'm not giving up smoking. And she would, there were people on the nursing staff that smoked, and they'd go out and smoke with her. Yeah.
Hey, I think at some age you do just get to, you know, do what you want to do, right?
That's right. And I really, you know, I kind of felt that way.
Yeah. But then it's sad too.
I loved my Mimi. I'll tell you what, she was a corker. She didn't take any shit from anybody.
Sugar biscuits.
Sugar biscuit. All right, let's get this blue crap off of here.
Because I don't think it's coming off any other way.
I don't anticipate it being something that, you know, I can work around.
Yeah. I mean, obviously. If the...
No,
yeah, look at that. I mean,
up pretty good.
Yeah, but you had to pull.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
Yeah, down there.
Uh-huh. I don't think paint was going to make that happen. I think what was worse than that was corduroy.
Corduroy?
Yeah, when it would rub together,
Oh,
it
yeah.
would get real hot.
Friction.
Friction.
Friction, folks.
I do still have some corduroy pants I'm looking forward to once I am thin enough to wear them again. Because I do love them. They are gaucho style. Low rise, I love them.
Corduroy is best worn on the top part of your body rather than the bottom.
It's not a bottom.
I don't think it's a bottom. Should be.
It's more of a vest situation.
It's more of a, yeah. It's more of a shirt.
Uh-huh.
I'm just kind of thinking some of that crap's on the bottom. Sure enough.
Good language today, lady. Language.
Look at that. That's kind of cool.
Are you saving that tape?
I think I'm going to save that little section there.
Okay.
I don't know that it's necessarily. I think it'll go around the toilet paper roll. I'll give it a little more down here on the end.
Uh-huh.
Attach itself.
Right.
Whoa there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there are these people that we know. Well, we don't really know them, but we watched them mess around with this kind of tape situation. Some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now, where are we here in the scheme of things? Okay, we finally used that. Been saying I was going to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my ring. Not my mind, just my ring.
Lost my marbles last
Oh,
week.
yeah, here, I know what we're going to do. We were going to do a rub off.
And because it is open paint, I'm sure that it's still...
It's up plenty.
Yeah,
I'm wearing
stuck
it.
her finger in it.
Now, let's see here. Okay, that might be a good one. That might be a good one. Oh, I think this is going to be absolutely perfect.
Oh, yes. I'm very excited about this. Now, those of you that say, well, I don't have open paint, that's okay. Invest in a retarder. The best one that we have found that is very reasonable is the U.S. Art Supply. It makes your paint dry slower. That's what the open paint is. There are other mediums that will basically slow the drying process. They tend to be a little pricier, but you can look around at Liquitex. Golden even has, like, even the airbrush medium stuff, I think, adds an extending drying time to paints.
It does. Now, I will say that the thicker mediums are a little more, oh, what do I want to say? Well, you don't lose your heavy body factor if you're using the thicker mediums.
Yes.
Rather than the squishy ones.
That's right.
So that is something to
certainly take into consideration.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so let's see here. So Jose is asking about the stencils that will partner well layering with this lovely new Petal burst. Oh yes. Okay, so Rhonda's
I've got a couple here.
Yeah.
I've got this one.
So that's Vintage Floor Tile by Eddie.
And now maybe we'll be able to see. Oh man, look at that. That's so cool.
Yes. Yeah, the Swish Splash Flora, which is another one of Rhonda's, I think would be really, really cool with it.
Now, I wanted to see about
Yes. I like where you're going with that.
Now, it's kind of hard to see. But I'm going to get down. I'm going to get down a layer of this.
Oh, Darcy's Hairy Scary would be really cool. That would be nifty because it would almost look like they are like splashing.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Just a little bit there.
What would be some other fun ones? Oh, Darcy's, okay, so it's the spooky time travel one. That would look really neat with this tear burst, new one. Petal tear burst.
Oh, that's on my paper.
Just keep going at it. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mo. And if you guys are wondering the ones that I'm naming off, Mo is putting the Cookie Wookie is Mo. She is putting the links there in the chat to those particular stencils. I think the thing to keep in mind when you are, all right, well, which ones should I pair up and which ones would work well together? Think about using ones that have bigger open patterns with some of the ones like this that are more tighter patterns. That's when you get some fun stuff happening.
And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put down a color here. And then I'm going to allow this to dry, and I should be ready to maybe access my pink because it didn't have open in it.
Right.
All right, so what do we want to do here? I'm just thinking that these flowers just need to be red or pink. This is crimson.
Okay.
Because I am kind of planning ahead.
For what? Well, I do need packets, by the way. Like, you should start thinking about packets.
I have a ton of.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, these big...
The big lids are hard.
Because my pliers only open up so much.
Right, and then it's harder to like...
But it doesn't eat your hand like some of these others that have little pointy things on them. I'm like, hey, that's just kind of sadistic. A-hole did that.
Your language today.
James Carver. Yep. Carville. Y'all know who he is? He's from Louisiana. He's a coon ass. Anyway, the language is terrible anyway. But he says, I'm going to start using arse.
Yes.
Because the Brits use that. And
somebody got mad at him.
Somebody got mad at him. I just thought that was hysterical. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh yeah, the pliers are a must-have. Like if you have multiple things to paint and you
Now I will say, and I'll show you in just a minute, my little
Oh good, look at that. See, the pattern came off on the Brayer.
It did.
I love that.
I love when that happens, and I'm hoping that, you know, this is going to be, it's got that stripe of green down the side.
This is looking very festive.
Festive as all get out. Okay.
So I think this is one of those stencils where depending on what color combos you use with it, it has, you know, quite the opportunity to, you know, be one of those ones that's
one of those ones that is like, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Okay. I don't know that. I think I'm going to let this dry. Yeah. I'm going to let this dry. Before I put the other stencil on top.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I could pull it and just have the print and then use the print. But I'm thinking not. I've got something I want to try here.
So one of the things about what P just said is that if she were to put down a piece of paper right now and pull it up, you don't get as crisp. Like, not all of it is necessarily going to come up. So you're going to get more of a distressed pull, right?
Especially if it's just regular paint. Now, I think I had enough leeway on this that I really honestly think.
But it is, it's a gamble.
It really honestly is. And it's one of those things where sometimes it works and sometimes it don't work.
Yeah, and Rhonda, she's so sweet. She says, I agree, as many others in the shop. Yeah, you have to think about, there are going to be stencils that are ones that are really cool, but may not be like ones that you go to quite a bit. Like, they're kind of a finishing fun stencil. Then you have like these that are great to like start building up cool layers with. This could start and finish very nicely.
Exactly. This is one of those ones where it really
Hey, Kathy.
In order for it to really work for you, you just have to decide a starter or an ender. I think it could go either way. Now, there are some that definitely are starters and definitely enders, but this is one just depending on the other.
Yeah.
All right, now I wanted to show you what that does.
Look at her.
Look at that.
Very fancy rub off.
And then I've got this lovely. I know how to do that though. And that's what I was going to, it reminds me, I was going to tell you that way. All right, that stuff I handed across to you a while ago and said, could you keep that for me for a minute? Could you hand that back to me? Because I wanted to talk about something I forgot to talk about.
You want all of it?
No, I just want that one piece.
Which piece?
Yeah, that one. That one. All right. So I got this down, and when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I have almost always, when I do printing things, I like to have all three colors represented, the primaries, or at least some semblance of red, blue, or yellow. And I didn't have, so I took, and remember when I, on that first one when I was cleaning it up, there was that stripe of yellow there. Well, that's what I put down to get that, because when I was using the photos with our colored photos there.
Here, and we've had some new people come in, so here, show them what.
Well, find the fuchsia, the blue, and the orange.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Look at that. Is that just not? Take these out just a little bit. That Izzy's little face. But see, you can see through this paper. All right.
We accidentally figured this out yesterday.
Yeah, this was not a planned thing.
We've seen other people. You know, the funny thing is I've seen it. It just didn't register. And this is kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, you see people do things and you're like, oh yeah, that was cool. But then, you know, until it just.
But see, look at that too.
I do like that, but I like the other one better.
I think I do too. And I actually, you know, decided that.
I think what would be fun with the colorful ones is if it was a black and white background. Like if you had.
Oh, yeah, do something.
Grayscale.
I got that one black and white. Yeah, I think so too. I think that this is definitely. But that's why I put that orange, that kind of orangey yellow down there, is because I needed to have that someplace because of. There wasn't any on there to repeat it. I had the blues, I had the pinks, but I didn't have any of the yellows. So that was one of the things I wanted to say.
Okay.
All right. So let's see how we're doing back here with our.
Got 15 minutes.
Our pink.
I think there's one print from the transfer stuff that needs to be pulled, right? I don't know. That ain't it.
No, oh, I put this down here because it had oil on it. See, look at the oil.
Because it needed to be.
Well, I don't know why all of a sudden these plates are so dadgum sticky.
Now, some people had mentioned that because they do sit in that window.
That could be part of the. Well, I'd rather have them that way than the other way. Because you get them the other way and you're not even going to have any paint sticking to them. It's just going to beat up and roll off.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that away. You see that?
Bye, Nicola. Thanks for hanging.
Okay, no, I think we pulled everything.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did.
I don't know.
I just thought there was that one last one, or maybe we did end up pulling it.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's the one. Yours that you. Yeah.
You see my glasses? That's about all you can see there. But I know it's there.
I know it's there. People in the stream knew it was there.
People in the stream knew it was there. Here's another. Look at this sticky sucker. And see, this is the one Mariah was talking about.
Well, those are your oldest plates, too.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe they're just getting to the point where... But I'm not ready to give up on them.
No.
I mean, I know how to make them work. If this
Let me tell you, though, they were not ideal for the experimentation of the inkjet situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking once it
Here, why don't you hand that over to me and stop tackling it, and then you can just handle your
I will.
thing there. Okay.
Okay. So what did we decide we were going to do with this? What were we going to... Yeah.
I don't know if we're doing the green again. Is it sure that's dry? That does not look dry. That ain't, that is not dry.
It's ripply.
Oh, okay.
It probably wouldn't hurt because it is very thick. Maybe we should just leave that. Yeah, because I'm going to put that stencil down on top of it.
You don't want to do that.
Okay, we're going to let that dry.
Okay.
That was a good point. Yeah. We don't need to do that. Let's see if this one's ready.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Now see how nicely this is pulling?
Mm-hmm. Now that's one of your newest plates.
That's the one I just cleaned.
But also one of the newest ones.
Yeah. And I don't, I really got off here. Really love that. I love the matte quality of the pink and then the shiny quality of the green. And I love how the transparency really worked for showing and showcasing both patterns.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was a good one. Definitely want to have that in my picture today. Oh my gosh, the green is still ever so slightly sticky. Yeah, okay. Well, we're at the point right now. What time is it? Okay. Can you see my glasses there?
Mm-hmm. I see your hat.
Yeah, a little bit there. I don't know. Stupid transfer things are so... Okay.
They are not her jam.
No.
Here's your plate back. I tried to get the bubbles out.
See, it is really sticky.
It's very sticky. It's also very yellowy.
Oh, look, we've got this one that we didn't put anything
yeah. I want to do something with that.
down on. Yeah. Okay.
Now, this is just transfer from some of our... I can't remember. Oh, actually, maybe I can tell you.
Yeah, this one's from one of my drawings.
Going Arty... No, it wasn't this one. I don't know which set the little polka dot, the little speckledy business is from. But we have laser prints in our shop if you want to give this a go. That if you order those, we will send them to you.
Okay, so what are we going to pull this with?
I think we talked about lime green. I would like you to ombre it, like, I think lime green at the top with the pink, and then maybe, like, blue at the bottom with the orange. Although that might make everything brown. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably would. I was thinking about turquoise for the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See if this is my favorite turquoise.
Thanks, Jean.
My favorite turquoise.
You won't tell them what number that is.
This is number 661, and it is opaque.
In the standard series. That does matter because the color does change
pop
between.
the dadgum lid because I can't get the
Hooty do.
Hooty do. Oh, I managed not to see those little things.
Those are trinkets.
Those are trinkets. I used to call them paint boogers, but somebody objected to that, and we changed it. And I don't think. Does Ava even come anymore?
I was thinking about Eva the other day. I need to reach out to her. I haven't really seen her. Has anybody seen Eva Macy online?
Yeah, I've seen some of her stuff.
Okay. We drive her crazy.
I think so.
And she loves us, but we drive her crazy.
She's
very serious.
The real deal, y'all.
Yeah. She didn't put up with our shenanigans. That's fine. I love her for that.
She just has my respect because, I mean, you know, she knows how to do all of that digital stuff, and I mean, she does it like a champ. It's not just some cutesy little whatever. I mean, it's the woman knows what she's doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that kind of happens this time of year. Yeah, and I'm sure with didn't even think about that.
What?
Well, her studio's down in her basement.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it floods all the time. And I'm sure with the storm and everything that was definitely. I love that. That was a very good choice. And hopefully that orange kind of holds up and doesn't go total brown.
It kind of browned it out a bit, but I don't think not horribly so. Well, this has got some mucky muck on it. Different kinds of bluey stuff here. Let's see if we can get something down on one of these new stencils here.
Yeah, I need to send her a message. Just tell her that we were thinking
that we talked about her and we're thinking about her.
Yeah.
I have commented on some of her things, but I mean, not for a while. Okay, I don't mind the stuff out in the middle, but the stuff on the corners always kind of gives me a little bit of a...
Well, that's where the trouble starts. That's what those corner things always say to me. Thank you, Cheryl.
What did she say?
Her and Jennifer says plenty of us here who put up with the shenanigans. She gave the Mariah laughy face, and then Cheryl says the shenanigans are what keeps her here. We are very real and a hoot. I appreciate that. I mean, we do it is purposeful that we balance it out with the because it's a live stream, so we want to be able to be engaging and funny. And still have a good arty time.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or offend anyone, but golly gee.
No, but if they make the first contact
all right, that's nice and solid. I don't have to worry about my.
It's on there.
It's on there, and I love that because when you're doing this with the paint on the top, that's the ideal situation.
You know, this one would be really good long haul.
Oh, it would.
Because the openings are just right. And there's enough
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it for a long haul.
Save that for later.
I'm going to save that for later.
Sorry, Sophia.
As he says.
that was a tease.
This is going to be what I'm going to do Thursday.
Long haul.
Or part of the... Yes. I don't think my arm can take 2 hours of...
No, I think...
Brayering.
So, Thursday, we'll do thoughts.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm going to have another chapter of chicken business. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, so you don't really know what's going on yet.
You got an
with
idea,
those
though,
other
don't you?
chickens. Oh yeah, I do. Now I had one other stencil out here. What the hell did I do with that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This will work.
Yes.
And this is a nice one to have, I think, underneath. Maybe even that one. And it
you got 5 minutes. I don't know what happened to the last 10 minutes, but.
Are you sure you've been keeping track of the time
Not
correctly?
well. Obviously, not well.
Not well. Okay.
Because, like, the last time I looked at it, we had 15 minutes. I was like, okay, well, that was good. That was.
So, I'm always telling you that if you use your opaque paint first or last. We're going first. This is still the 661. Totally.
Hello, Adria.
All right, now when I want to do this on it's kind of hard to do, and that's one of the reasons I like the bigger plates. You know, here's a person who says, I don't need one of those big plates. That's just more than I need. And now I use my big plates all the time, even though I'm not going for a big print. Now, I am not going to print off on that. I want something else. Oh, this will be lovely.
This is a flop off.
This is a flop off, and I have a nice dry brush.
Paint over the stencil. Paint from stencil to paper. That's a flop off. Now, this is an older one. I think it already had some paint on it, right? Yes.
It did have a bit of paint. It wasn't
not
totally,
a lot.
Totally.
Because this is one of your.
And I still have enough there that I could do some rub off also.
Love that, and I love those colors.
I do too. And then I've got this, which is going to dry. And then we can put some paint on top of it. Look at that.
I might make a snippet of these are flop offs. And I'll just put the two flop off things together, and then I'll make sure that I tag that person.
Yeah.
And say if you wanted a more condensed
explanation.
There you go.
A visual.
There you go. You're welcome.
But she said we didn't do a very good job of explaining that.
Well, she waited, and she didn't want to wait through all of our content to figure out what the whole thing was.
Well, boo-hoo. Wah, wah. You should. If you had led with that, you already know that what I was going to say about that. Like
that was my first reaction. My second one was my canned message of, well, maybe we are not your paint on the palette situation.
Look at that. Now,
very nice.
Got another one ready to go. And look at this piece of foam over here.
It looks like
it's disgusting. I mean, it's truly just it's crumbly up here at the top. This is where some of my little things have been coming from, I think.
Oh, I think you might need to retire that situation and start anew.
No kidding. You got some more of this stuff somewhere?
I do. Ooh. Not that color. That's the problem. But I guess after a while, it doesn't really necessarily matter.
It used to be purple. Remember, I didn't like it. And I thought it was, but
I have even more obnoxious colors for you to.
Yeah. Well, after a while, you don't know anyway.
Right. Okay.
Hey, y'all. It's been fun.
Yeah. There we go. So we will be back here on Thursday with some thoughts, chicken story, and a long haul. That'll be fun. Alrighty, my arty friends. Oh, here, let me go side by side. So then we can say, love you.
Like a long haul.
See you next time. Bye, guys.